Ain't it sexy? So, I'm a busy boy here lately. So, of course, after being down the road and play testing a new Great Battles of the American Civil War game, I had to come home and set up Great Battles of the American Civil War. And I wasn't just going to set up one, I was going to set up two. So I decided I was going to play the Battle of Cross Keys and the Battles of Port Republic. But I used the wrong scenario setup rules. Instead of the campaign, I set up Cross Keys under its individual play setup rules. So we'll go ahead and do this one first. So interesting rule to this one is Fremont's caution, because he was super aggressive in pursuing Jackson in the valley. And then when he come across Jackson here at Cross Keys, he was under the impression he was facing Jackson's entire army, the Shenandoah, or whatever they want to call it. All right. But he wasn't. He was actually just facing Ewell and a few batteries from Jackson's side of the house. Jackson, he was the overall commander here in this area, and he's also had his own division he was a command of. So, but Ewell was pretty efficient for quite a long time during the Civil War. So anyhow, the deal is with Fremont's caution, you have to roll to get brigades into attack order. And at the end of the division orders, on the start of each turn, you roll a dice, and on an 8 or a 9, a brigade can be pushed into attack orders. And once he's in attack orders, then he can start changing, back and forth. And then there's some rule where if he changes out, some kind of involuntary thing where they can no longer change back into it. And then Fremont has this thing, his attack orders thing, where if he drops down to 0, which will be under victory points. In this scenario here, you track victory points as they're earned. You don't wait till the end of the game. So if Fremont's attack orders drop to 0, then it's just hell-mel for the Yanks, because they just really won't do anything. So without being to get in attack orders, the Union regiments can't move adjacent to the Confederates. Matter of fact, they can't even move to within 3 hexes unless they've been fired on, which that became not an issue here, because I decided with the Confederates carrying mostly muskets, they needed to get after. They needed to get into close range. So I dropped 2 of the brigades of Ewell's brigades into attack order and went after Billy Yank once they moved forward here. So, and let me tell you, and even taking just single regiments and moving them in without another regiment with them or their sister regiment or whatever, I mean, we went pell-mell right in here. And you can see we've chased a lot of blinkers. Not Blinker. Who's the other leader? Colin or Bolin. Something. Oh, yeah, Bolin, which, by the way, he is sitting somewhere dead. That's my first leader casualty I've ever had. All right. So Bolin, he got killed. So he won't come back in. I'm into the second turn already, 1,300 turn. So, but they pretty much drove this back as the Union was starting to move in here. The Confederates went after them. And we had to stretch their line a little bit. These guns they got put to great use. Now, the only thing is the Union guns were able to shoot. These guys can't right now, but they were able to shoot, and they've done it. So there's a victory point right there for them losing a gun. But these guns right here raised hell on the infantry that was coming up there. So I had to back that gap up and wait until maybe I can get somebody in attack orders. And I'm not even sure how that's going to work by having to roll an 8 or a 9. So, but the Confederates, they're thin over here on this right side, and they went after Stahill's brigade, and there's a Confederate unit here that went in and shocked, and they've chased them back a little bit. Stahill's not really hurt too bad. Plus, the 3rd Brigade here under Coltis is coming in too. Granted, they're still not going to be able to go into advance orders, so, unless I can get somebody into attack orders for the Union, I don't know how much success they're going to have here. And then the Confederates have Taylor's brigade coming on, and then they have Patton's brigade from Jackson sitting over there on the turn track coming in on the next turn. So I've decided on the right side we're going to be aggressive. We'll probably bring Taylor, which Taylor's coming in he's going to come in right here on this turn as soon as he's drawn. Oh, speaking of which, I should have moved him once already. So Taylor's going to come up in here, and he's probably going to join that fight in the woods right in there and see if they can't just crumble that side of the Union line. Like I say, without Fremont being able to be aggressive, this is going to be hard pressed. Plus, they've already got three regiments that are collapsed already. 2 back here and 1 right here. All right. Cluseret and Schenck over here on the Union right. If I could get them into attack orders, they could probably push on this. So I'm thinking that special rule in this scenario is it can be the game breaker or the game maker for the Union in this one here. So anyhow, like I said, we're through 1 full turn. We're into the 2nd turn at 1300 hours on June 8th of 1862. And we're going to keep pushing on this. Going to go do a little more test play here. I think the guys want to get together on October 1st and play some more of the new game. So we'll get some more of that video, get some more footage up on that, maybe some photos on that. But all right, so let's get this up so y'all can see what's going on over here at Cross Keys. And we'll talk to y'all shortly with something else.